1 minute. Welcome to Lynn Cullen Live at pghcitypaper.com. Email your questions and comments to Lynn at pghcitypaper.com.
Hey, Brian.
Hello, will you stop talking?
I didn't know we were on.
Well, we're on.
Good morning.
That's Tom Sokolowski.
Chirping.
And I can tell from his mood I'll be lucky to get a word in edgewise. Tom Sokolowski, my Thursday guest. And
Harbinger, I was called.
I said you're a harbinger of the weekend, which is a wonderful thing to be, isn't it?
I guess.
Well, sure.
Okay.
Sure it is.
Or maybe I'm an urban cricket, as the screen says. Whatever that means.
Well, one never knows. So I had some, welcome to everybody. I saw some headlines on the bus coming in that made me feel a little better. It said, one poll had Obama up 5 in Virginia, which I thought was a state he wasn't going to take.
Right.
And as you've probably heard by now, Colin Powell has, in fact, come out and said, although I'm still a Republican, I will again endorse
very good.
President Obama.
Because he's someone that many people, I think, on both sides of the aisle respect.
Yes, and I think the Romney people were really hoping to snag that because, obviously, if they could get somebody who had voted for Obama the first time around, which he did, Powell, and then get him to say he was disappointed and wasn't going there again.
Well, it's wonderful. African-American, long-time military fellow.
Right.
In the administration.
Right, in a Republican administration. And who himself was widely, begged to run for the presidency.
Exactly.
He said that what really concerned him about Romney was his foreign policy, his lack of expertise, and so that was that. Even though Romney appeared to absolutely agree with everything Obama said at that last debate. Hey, I saw something that was interesting, and this is gratifying. One of the things that came out of that last debate, the fact that Romney agreed with everything. And you didn't hear a lot of squawking from the Republicans that he was agreeing, did you? I was shocked at that. I was shocked at that. It shows the neocons are done. It shows that even the Republicans know that the American people are sick and tired of these wars. We do not want to go to war. Right. So all those neocons who, the only thing they got in their toolbox is that hammer. I think, even the Republicans know. It ain't a winner
also I think
anymore.
It's true. I mean, hence the word. Most people are centrist, and hence the word centrist. I mean, most people fall in that middle ground and maybe go over one side or the other on certain issues. But you're absolutely right. I mean, because obviously the only good thing about another war is it would help the economy because we'd put more people to, building tanks or something. But that's not the way you want to do it.
No, that's not the way we want to do it. And in fact, the last war, the Iraq war, certainly did not help the economy.
No, it didn't.
It helped tank it because it was simply not paid for.
Right.
They never paid for it. They didn't even put it on budget. It was just simply this. It's mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Oh, yeah, why did that come up? I wasn't even trying to go there. Here is the email I got yesterday. Now, granted, yesterday's show was depressing. You
Yes,
said
it
it made you
was.
cry.
Yeah, twice.
I couldn't help it. It was all stuff I'd gotten
No,
in the
it really
newspaper
was.
that day.
No,
It was just like one thing
It
after
was
the other of
deeply
like
moving, especially the thing about Christoph's column.
about his
'Cause I had
friend
read that.
dying. Yeah, I mean, just awful. Reality. It was looking at things that are going on that are not good and do not speak well of us.
Of
as
the
a
human
people.
condition, yeah.
Of the human condition and our reaction to trying to
Yes.
ameliorate the pain and suffering that so many people have. So here's what I got right at the end of the show. David Muehlbauer. You're right, Lynn. Are you snoring into the
No,
mic?
I'm not snoring on the mic at all.
What was that?
I don't know. I wasn't snoring.
Just go back to doing. You were breathing? Was that breathing?
Maybe I was breathing.
Yeah, listen.
There was
Here's
such
what
a-
I was hearing. I'm trying to talk. I'm hearing this.
Well, I must have a very mucosa problem this morning.
Gee.
But I'm not.
Wait.
I will not
then-
breathe for the next hour, listeners. And if I may be found dead, it will be all the fault of. And I will no longer be a harbinger.
Harbinger.
Harbinger, yes, you're absolutely right. Zero
Excuse me.
punished.
Yeah, your mucosal
Yes.
condition has come over to me. Okay, so I get this afterwards from this gentleman. You're right, Lynn. America sucks. Let's move to Cuba or Venezuela or Greece or Iceland, anywhere but here. Oh, to get to see your show on live stream, I have to sit through a commercial. A commercial? From probably a right-wing Bain Capital Group, no doubt.
Well, that's the one with the hairy man that I got stuck
Oh, that
on.
you taught you? Yeah, there's a
Yes,
hairy man guy. So anyway, that's not a really good argument. That
He
if
sounds like
I
he
am,
has a
if
bee
I'm,
in his bonnet.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm pointing out things that aren't right in our country, which any person anywhere could point out about wherever they
Yes,
are.
right. And the point is, it's
It
there's somebody
doesn't
who cares.
mean. Yeah, I know.
Who wants to make it better.
Exactly.
To right the wrongs.
Exactly. That doesn't mean the reaction is I don't want to. What? That makes me a traitor, according to him. I should
Well,
go
that's what
live
he
in.
thinks.
Yeah, right. Whatever. Blah 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 blah. Anyway, I didn't
Actually, the
even
only one I would disagree with him was Iceland. Supposedly, is a fairly decent place.
No, I know.
They
No,
don't
my
have a lot of
brother's
money,
been there
but,
a number of times, and he just loves it.
Why
He
did he
says
go a
you
number
have
of
got
times?
to. Well, he's a specialist in Icelandic sagas.
Ooh, Vedas are they called or something like that? Udas
Yeah,
or
yeah,
Vedas or-
yeah. But the Njal saga, and
I thought he was legal.
he is.
Oh,
I
you
think
said
it's
he's quite
polymorphic.
yes, or what was the word? Heterogeneous in his.
He's all over
his
the place. But
interests.
he originally,
Oh, my.
his expertise is Icelandic sagas.
Oh dear.
So he,
All these long-haired men
so
and
he
women.
speaks Old Norse.
Oh, my
Like something old.
Well, I just learned.
If you could
Jess,
dig up-
Jess speaks Irish, and your brother speaks Old
Yeah,
Norse.
so-
Together, they could rule the world.
That's right. So if you were to dig up, Eric the Red, or Leif
Oh, they
Erikson,
probably-
my
they could
brother
tell a
could maybe
joke.
talk to him.
Three Vikings walk into a bar.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Actually, you probably could because probably Irish has connections.
Well,
with,
no doubt. And I mean, if you look at
Scandinavia.
that northern,
Yeah,
of course,
of course.
I would think that's true. Celtic culture, Norse culture.
You both could say, "Let's have a what's
Or
that
like
dark beer?" That
and
they
then he
all
was
drink?
like, into
Yes.
Old English and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it
did
all
you learn,
comes-
Wander April with the Shure Sota, the Drota March, person to the Rota, and Bath,
Oh, right,
Vein, and
yes, yes,
Swisher
yes.
Cour,
Oh, my
of
God.
which vertu engendred is the fleur.
Ooh.
Chaucer. Oh, and on TV last night, there was Vincent Price's ridiculous...
The Raven.
The Raven.
I saw it. Listed,
And it
but-
starts with him reciting the poem. And I had my back to the TV and I was on my computer and I found myself saying the entire
Well, now, where did you
poem.
learn this poem?
I don't know.
Goodness.
Once he started me out, I was off and running. I was...
Was that part of your acting?
No, I
tradition?
think it was in school that every once in a while they'd make you memorize something.
But why
and I
would
didn't
you
know that
memorize
because it
Old
was such
English?
a cool. No, Oh, I don't know.
I mean, I could see
think we
memorizing
had to.
Shakespeare or Sarah Teasdale, but not Chaucer, for heaven's sakes.
Well, yeah. Well, in Green Bay, Wisconsin, public schools, that's what we did.
Well, my goodness.
Juan de April with the Shure Sota. I don't know if I'm
Aren't you glad
pronouncing
we
it
still don't speak that way?
Why?
It's
It
all
sounds
guttural.
sort of pretty.
No, it doesn't. It's all guttural.
Juan de April with the Shure Sota.
That was better. Lilt. It needs more lilt.
Right. I think that's fine.
Okay. Next time you go to a bar, use the line and see what it gets you.
But I've always had this one line from The Raven that I'm always quoting because
Nevermore.
No, because of the sibilance of it, and how how you can hear what the poet is saying. I think I've done this for you. No? And I was surprised that Vincent Price, when he did not do more on that line. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me. Silken, sad, isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
You hear it rustling! Hello?
Distinctly, I remember it was in that brief December. And each separate
dying ember cast
its fate beyond
upon the floor.
Yes. I had the same experience, Lynn.
Last night?
No. Learning the poem and having learned the whole thing. Pittsburgh Public Schools.
All right.
8th grade, middle school.
All right.
We had to learn a complete poem, word for word.
Mm-hmm.
And I chose The Raven.
That's a biggie.
Because I really admired Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah.
And it sticks to me to this day. It's like,
Start
So
me.
it's not unusual, and please tell Tom,
And there came a sound of someone. I just know that someone tapping at my chamber door. Right.
It's some visitor.
I muttered.
Tapping at my
chamber door. This it
Only
is.
this
This
and
nothing more.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. It's full of all kind of imagery.
Yeah.
And it's Hey, I wanted to bring up another subject.
Sure.
To throw at you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Last night I was watching MSNBC, and O'Donnell was talking about the third-party debate.
Yes.
And I'm a very big advocate of third parties because I think the Republican-Democratic lock on politics makes me ill after all these years.
Yes.
And I've been a registered Democrat, but I want to see some more diversity. I want to see competition. I want to see this racket broken up. And I advocate third parties because I think they work much better in a democracy. Anyway, O'Donnell talked about it and was rather challenging to MSNBC and the media for completely locking out any word about this debate that was being only streamed. They could not get any of the media to cover it, least of all put it on any of the cable channels either.
Yeah, that's a shame.
But there's a foundation. It's more than a shame. It's a crime, for God's sake. And I've always been critical of that private debating organization that was set up back in the 80s to conduct this Republican-Democratic facade, as I call it.
Well, it was set up, right, with the Republican and Democratic Party setting it up.
Right, yeah.
Yes, yeah,
And they
it's a
would tell you
private
it's all
thing.
about efficiency.
And
Because
they
if
walked
they allowed
out.
the largest
Well, they
third party,
have let
they'd
third
have
party. They've let